New York City trains and shit. It's crazy, man. My brother says that it's just the more you talk about it, the more you bring it up and see it on YouTube and stuff, the more you see it in real life. But what I think is like they're letting fucking assholes out the psych ward or something. It's crazy. No way that there's gonna be random people like that out of nowhere. You know, and I've already. I mean, I take the train 4 days a week, and most of the time I don't go through that shit at all. But recently, it's like every day you deal with something like that on the way there, on the way back, and it's like I don't know, man. It gets to a point you're like, what the fuck, you know? At first, I would just try to ignore them, or I would move away. But now it's like, it's kind of I don't know if they're making it more obvious, or they just popping out everywhere, or I'm just more waiting for the two train, and then some dude stands next to me, and I'm like, I'm standing against the pole, so I mean those beams, and I'm just standing there, and I turn my back against, so like I'm not like looking at the train when it comes, and the guy's just standing there, and he's pacing around, and he looks like he's getting upset about something because he's pacing more with like anger, and I'm just looking at him, I'm like, what the hell, like what the fuck is wrong with this guy? And then, um, as I'm looking at him, I see another guy, like fucking huge ass dude, walking right next to me too, and he looks upset, and he's like looking around everywhere, and I'm like, yo, what's? I mean, I guess people are stressed out. But then just stands there, and then when the train comes, he doesn't even get in. So, and I'm like, damn, how do I get to these guys? But I mean, nothing happened. I got in the train and I went home. But then today was crazy. I'm in the train, and then this guy there sitting next to this other guy with his kid, and I see the guy with a fucking bottle. I mean, with a can in a plastic bag. I mean, who cares? You drinking, you drink. But then he's making faces to a little kid across the fucking seats, and he's like looking at him like that. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, I just kind of stand in the way, because I'm like kind of annoyed. Had an annoying week. People at work suck. So then I'm like, fuck this guy. Don't fucking bother a little kid. And I guess he noticed that, so he kept trying to like look around me, and I'm like, Jesus, like the kid's dad doesn't notice, and I'm like, I don't know, man, whatever. So as the train empties out on 34th before it gets to 14th Street, this is like one stop, and he gets up and kind of like bumps into me, goes around me and bumps into me, and at first I'm like, I don't care, but I felt the second bump in my shoulder, so I pushed back. And I looked back, and he like extended his arm, like trying to say what. And I was like, I don't know, what's up? And then he just said, oh, my bad. He tried to shake my hand, give me a hug. I don't know. But I said, yo, man, don't touch me, man. Back off. I don't know what the hell. I was nervous. I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not acting tough. I was fucking scared because this guy's like, I'm short. I'm 5'8". And I'm like, nah, I'm just, I'm like 5'4", 5'5". But so I'm like, man, this guy's making me nervous. And it's me, there's this old guy sitting there, the old black guy sitting there, and then there's like two other dudes, but they just don't care. They just don't act like they don't notice. But then he comes back to me again, and I notice that like he's moving, he's like putting his hand in his pocket. So I don't have a weapon, I don't have nothing. I'm fucking coming from work, so I grab my keys and I put them in my pocket. And when the two other guys that weren't doing shit notice that, they go and walk to the other sides, to opposite ends of the fucking train, because they don't want to deal with it. But I'm like, bro, the guy's being a weirdo. He's being annoying. Like I don't have a protection. So then at the train, we're already on our way to 14th Street, and then he sits next to the old guy, and the old guy is literally like this, bro. He's like looking up, and I'm just watching. I'm like, holy shit. And then he keeps looking at me, like he's going like this to me, looking at me, he's like, and I'm like, yo, this guy's gonna do something, man. It's making me mad nervous. So like I grab my keys and I put them in my pocket. I'm like, fuck it, bro. If anything happens, I'm punching and running. And then we get to the stop, and the only person I see outside the wagon or the cart is this just chick. She look young. I don't know, maybe 22. I'm like, I look at her and I see nobody else around. So it's, and he's like, I go outside. I'm like, hey, go out to another car because there's a weirdo there. And as I say that, I look to my side and he's right there. And he said, what? He started wilding out. So I kind of like, I walked away, but then she ran off because she noticed how crazy he got from that. So I'm like, I'm walking away and he's not coming out though. He's standing at the door of the train and he's holding it. So since he's holding it, the train operator, whatever, in the middle, he notices it, and I'm like, yo, the guy is harassing people in that fucking cart. Call the cops or do something. I don't know if you can do anything. And then he's like, he was like that. I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, it's that guy. You can see him right there. He did not. I mean, what can they do, right? They're just doing a job. I get that, but it's supposed to do. There's normally cops there grilling you. There's nobody there today, so I'm like, I stood there and I waited, and nothing happened. He just went back inside, and I was like, I'm not gonna turn my back. So now I'm gonna have to fucking take another route. But and then in the bus, it's like, I don't know, man. Like in the bus, every time I get in the bus, it's like, some people don't pay, and I get that. I don't. I guess, I don't give a fuck if they pay or not. I really don't care. Fuck them. I'm just paying because if I don't pay, I'm gonna get in trouble. People are gonna fucking, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say if I had a chance to sneak in the same. No, I would be targeted more faster because I'm also short. But yeah, so I'm taking the bus and this guy in front of me, and like he was stumbling, so I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking tell him, yo, what are you trying to skip me? And that too, skipping, bro. Every fucking time I'm waiting for the bus or a train, people get in front of you, like right in front of you. Like, why do you do that? Do you want to start problems with people? I mean, I don't care. Like, go to fucking wherever you gotta go. But other people will get mad. I'm sure. I've seen it. But these, I don't know. It's like old people, and I'm not saying one color or anything. I'm saying anybody. They just like, I don't know what the fuck is going on with people. I don't know if it's, so then I'm in the bus and I'm waiting for the bus, and then this guy stumbles in, cuts me in line. I'm like, I don't care, bro. Go ahead. And he just like goes in and then doesn't pay. And then the bus guy looks at me like he's upset that if I don't pay. And I look at him and I shake my head and I'm like, should I pay or not? I'm like, fuck it, like, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to get in trouble with this motherfucker. So I pay my fucking toll. And I'm like thinking, why the fuck doesn't this guy tell him anything? I've seen them call the cops on other people, but I noticed that these people, some people do it a lot. They let it go, and I get that. Some kids can't go in. I guess they don't. Some people don't have money. I get it, but I'm thinking, is it fear? Are these people are the operators scared? The drivers, are they scared of these guys that come in, or people, whatever, that they don't want to do anything about it and just want to. I mean, that's probably it, right? Because I'm like, but then I think about it. I'm like, nah, because I mean, they don't get in trouble. They could call, if anybody touches them, it's a federal crime. So it doesn't. It's not a fear thing, But I'm like, they still call the cops on other people. They kick them out. They don't let them in. But I notice it that there's always. I don't want to be a dick, but I think it's a race thing. Because I'm like, if you don't have the fear, why don't you tell them, yo, why don't you pay your fucking toll? But you're looking at me like, if I don't pay, you're gonna call the cops on me. Obviously, I don't know if they would or not, but he's looking at me like making sure, looking at me and looking at the fucking, that little, where you put the Omni card, that stupid Omni card. That's fucking, they got one fucking machine for every fucking station. I feel like, and it glitches all the time. So I'm like, that probably is like just temporary. They're probably gonna take it all out. I don't know. So you could just pay with your card, and that way they can track you and shit. Who's not paying or who paid, Because I mean, in my opinion, that shit's getting ridiculous, man. Because you can't just go around telling certain people to pay and certain people not that don't do nothing about it. Nobody does nothing about it. Like it's bullshit to me, honestly. Like people crash out all the time in the fucking train. Look at this. Look at this guy. I think it's like normal, man. That's something normal that would happen. But this is like, see, this is not a big deal, is it? bro is sleeping, man. This is kind of annoying to be honest. But I mean, like, but who's gonna say anything? You know, like, I mean, this is not what I'm talking about. The race thing. This is like, people don't want to do anything because sometimes there's more than one or two people. And what the fuck? They're just entertaining. They're trying to make money. But shit like this, I don't know what's going on here. He's like, why you got a shiesty on in the middle of the fucking train? You see, this is like comedy. This is corny ass comedy shit. Like, and this guy got a snake on him. It's literally like the fucking train every day in the morning. I wish I could find more crazy shit. Man, fuck this is. Um, but yeah, like this. Yo, people are crazy, man. Like, it's interesting, because it's like, if you think about it, why the fuck is all this shit happening now? Like, I've been taking the train for a while now, but I feel like I don't think it's by accident that you notice more people that look like they wilding out, you know. I don't think that's by accident, man. It doesn't make it like I would understand one or two, but it's like person after person, and I'm not saying it because I know it because I'm looking around to see who's doing what, I don't care, but I try to avoid shit like that. I will get on another cart if I see it. I I get a lot of looks like that too. People with their big ass fucking expedition book bags. They're looking at you like, what the fuck? Why are you standing next to me? Like, bro, what do you want me to do? You know? And it's like when I get shit like that, and I see somebody that I'll move away. I'll go to a fucking another car, not because I'm scared, because I just don't want to deal with assholes like that. Who wants to deal with pieces of shit like that? Like you're paying for you're in a public place, Everybody, most people are paying for the fucking fare. They're not here. They're not there for free. They're going to work. Why the fuck do you have to be a piece of shit and bother people like that?